On the Bobcat Sports Network from Learfield, this is Cat Chat with Matt Logie and Tricia Binford, presented by Montana's Rib and Chop House. Here's the voice of the Bobcats, Keaton Gillogly.
All right, hello, and welcome live to Montana's Rib and Chop House. We are live for Cat Chat. We're going to be talking some Bobcat basketball today as we get ready to get back into Big Sky play this week. We've got a great show for you. And if you are here in the house at the Rib and Chop House, make sure you get your free raffle tickets. We've got some stuff that we're giving away during the commercial breaks. Just right over here, Julian has our raffle tickets. Again, they're free, and we've got some great Bobcat stuff and some gift cards and stuff to give away if you're here in the house. All right, we got a lot on tap today to talk some Bobcat basketball. Unfortunately, Coach Tricia Binford is not here. The women's team has already taken off on their road trip to northern Arizona and northern Colorado, so they should be in the air on the way to Vegas right now, and then they're going to practice in Vegas, or they'll drive up from Vegas tomorrow, which is a 4-hour drive to Flagstaff, practice in Flagstaff, and play on Thursday. So a rare Cat Chat without Coach Binford and the women's team. But if you want to hear more about what they're doing, you can catch our Bobcat Insider podcast, which just got published this morning. That's me and Daniel Sally talking both men's and women's basketball. So if you want some more women's chat, that's where you can find it, the Bobcat Insider podcast. So since we don't have Binford and the women's team here, we're going to get deeper into the men's team. Our guests today, we've got Sam Lecholat and Mr. Bozeman himself, Carter Ash, in the house. So we'll be talking with them a little bit later today. And, of course, we'll talk with head coach Matt Logie. But first we get to visit with assistant coach Julius Smith, who's in his first year here in Bozeman and at Montana State. Coach, how we doing? How we feeling?
Feeling great, man. Glad to be here. Glad to be a part of this. It's been great trying to get to know Bozeman a little bit more, and this is another big step in getting to do that. So glad to be here.
No doubt. And you handling the weather all right? You're a California native, and you're in the hot part of California, not like the nice part.
You know, man, I'm adjusting. That's the biggest word I can use right now. The people are great, so that exits out the weather. But, you know, this is new for me, so I'm day by day. Today's been a good day.
Okay.
We're dealing with it okay.
Good. And the drive into the brick today was okay? Didn't spin out too many times?
I spun out 2 times. That's down from 5, so I'll take that today.
All right, good. So you're coming along.
Yes.
You're from Fresno, and so I don't even, when people say California, I feel like everybody thinks L.A. or San Francisco. That is not where you're from.
No, that's not where I'm from at all. I am from the armpit of California.
Yes.
I admit that. The staff often makes fun of me for being from Fresno. So I like to be the butt of all the jokes for my hometown. So, yeah, I'm from Fresno.
You can handle it. I've seen you.
I'm tough. I dish it out so I can take the jokes pretty well.
Well, Fresno's a place I've been. They've got a minor league team there. So I've been to Fresno many a times, and it is not San Francisco,
no,
and
not
it
at
is
all.
not L.A. It's
Not
got
at
more
all.
in common with Montana
For sure.
than it does with L.A.
Pretty good comparison. I would agree on that.
Yeah,
For
totally.
sure.
All right, well, let's get into some hoops and talk about some stuff and get into some things. And, nice to get to know some of the assistant coaches now because it's a whole new staff. But for you, Julius Smith, first of all, why do they call you Juice?
You know, that's a nickname that Coach Logie bestowed upon me when he was gracious enough to hire me at Point Loma. He turned to me and he said, I'm going to call you Juice. And I said, okay, you just hired me, so I'll take any nickname at this point. And he said, you give me life, and when I look at you, you give energy to everybody, and you make everyone around you feel good. So I'm going to call you Juice, and it's kind of stuck since then, and we've been together now for 5 years, so I'm going to just ride it out as long as I can. So
I like it.
Juice I am.
Yeah, no, hey, I've seen it. I mean, I've seen it firsthand when we've been out on the road. Where does that come from? Where does all that juice come from, that energy, that passion you bring every day?
You know, man, I think one of my strongest attributes for our team is just giving them life every day, no matter what the circumstances may be. Like, our guys give me energy, so I feel like I can reciprocate that and be pretty positive in every way I can. So I think every day you have an opportunity to make somebody feel better, and I try to do that as much as I can.
Yeah, well, it's certainly needed as we get into the grind of the Big Sky season because it's not super easy as we start getting on the road.
No, it's not. We've had the rigors of the grind being on the road. and I think we're going to be better for it. But we are learning as we go that every game is a battle, and we need to be tighter and more connected every time we go on the next journey. And that's been good for our team so far. I think they've grown over these last couple weeks, and we're going to continue to grow over the next couple weeks.
Yeah, getting back into Big Sky play this week. The Bobcats, the men are at home, so we're going to be at home on Thursday against Northern Arizona. That's a 7 o'clock tip-off. The Bobcats trying to keep a long winning streak going against the Lumberjacks, although there have been a lot of really close games with them lately. So Bobcats have won 10 straight against Northern Arizona, but 7 of those 10 have been decided by 6 or fewer points.
Wow,
so,
I did not know that.
Yes, there's a winning streak, but it's close, and the Bobcats won on a tight late bucket by Great Osibor here last year.
No pressure at all, Keaton. Thanks for that. Appreciate it.
Just trying to make sure we ramp it up a little bit. So that's coming up on Thursday, and then on Saturday is Northern Colorado. Northern Colorado, an improved team again this year. They've got a guy who's going to be a candidate for Newcomer of the Year in St. Thomas, who transferred from Loyola, averaging like 18 points per game. So that's a 6 o'clock matchup on Saturday night. If you can't make it out to the Brick, we'll be on the air at 5:30. But that's what's coming up. Now, Coach, you were with Coach Logie at Point Loma, so you were there for 4 years. While he was there, you had a chance to see Brian Garacki play there, and now he gets a chance to come up. And, we're watching a new system get implemented here. Things are moving, trying to get moving in the right direction, get things taken care of. But, when you guys were playing your best basketball at Point Loma, what did that look like? What were some of the hallmarks of your guys' best basketball that you saw while you were there?
Yeah, I think when people came to watch us play, they saw a really unselfish team, a team that was really connected, played a pure brand of basketball, gave the ball life, got really good shots on offense, took advantage of the three-point line and paint touches, and really just stretched the defense out on every inch of the court. And then defensively, especially last year before we got here, we were really, really tight on the three-point line, and we were really stingy interiorly. So I think that's the best version of what we look like at Point Loma. And at times this year, it's been the best version of what the Bobcats have looked like. We want to make sure that everyone on the court is a threat. They can all shoot, dribble, and pass. That makes everyone on the defensive side have to be accountable for all of our offensive players. So I think at Point Loma, we were always top 10, top 12 offensive efficiency in the country every 4 years all the 4 years that we were there. And as time goes along, you'll start to see some of that same harmonization happening here at Montana State.
Have there been any good stretches at this point this season where you can point to and say that's what this thing's supposed to look like as you look back on some of these games this year?
Absolutely. I think as we got to UCR right before we went to break, we got to see ourselves play a really good brand of basketball that was based around getting stops and then scoring on the other end. When we went to Cal, I thought the guys, executed the game plan exquisitely in terms of just being really stingy on the defensive end and then really, really getting great shots on the offensive end. So I think we've had some hallmark moments this year that we can be really proud of. Our record might not be what we want it to be right now, but we're really process-oriented. So, the guys are getting better every single day. The coaches are giving more every single day. Our support staff is giving more every single day. And if we do those things consistently, we can live with the outcome at the end of the year as long as we're just getting better every single day.
Yeah.
And they have, and I'm proud of them for that. And we got so much more room to grow, and that's going to be exciting as well.
Yeah, and hey, 1-1 in the Big Sky with a road trip already under your belt.
Absolutely.
Now you're home for the next 4 games to the Big Sky. And
absolutely.
That's the most important thing right now is as we get moving forward. And the other point, too, I think is noteworthy is, a lot of the guys, a lot of this roster, obviously this was a really big roster construction offseason for you guys.
To say the least.
Yeah, we talked with Coach Logie about that a little bit, last week and whatnot. But, most of these guys have more eligibility and are coming back. So what we're going to see now is something that can build over 2 years, 100%. Not just this year. It's not just, kind of paying rent for 1 year and then everybody's out. So exactly. I think that's something that's going to be that we can really hang our hat on as we look forward to seeing this growth.
Yeah, I agree with you 1,000%. That falls into the process line of things. A lot of these guys are going to be learning our terminology and our system. And once they become experts in that, they'll be able to execute it at a really, really high level next year. And that really excites us a lot. The continuity, the connectedness that we'll have, not just this year but in the future, really makes us excited about what this place can be, sustained excellence. The things that have been in place before we got here, we can now ascend those things to the next level and keep it going in the right direction.
Yeah, no doubt. All right, well, we're talking with assistant coach Julius Smith here. We're going to talk with Sam Lecholat and Carter Ash here in just a moment. But, Coach, the final topic I want to ask you about a little bit is, you came up through the high school ranks before you got to Point Loma. So, and you coached a lot of AAU too, is that right?
I did, indeed.
I want to know what it's like coaching, those kind of younger players. I think we hear maybe these big dramatic sentences about just players today are this or players are today are that, and I don't know that it's always rooted in somebody who's been there on the ground floor.
Yeah.
Tell me what it's like when you were at the high school level and the AAU level, and you're recruiting those kids now. What are those players like? What do they need? What are some of the things that you really harp on and have to drive home with today's players who are at that high school level and who are going to be the next generation of Bobcats?
Yeah, that's a really good question. I think for me it was really rewarding, just being able to see their development. They're in their adolescent years. They're trying to find out who they are as an individual. So much of their identity is tied to basketball. You get to kind of see them grow through their adolescence, become young men, and evolve not just on the court but off the court. So for me, it was really fulfilling. I thought I would be there for a really long time. I was really content with where I was and being where my feet are. God blessed me with an opportunity to be able to work with Coach Logie, and I'm forever thankful for that. But you really get to see every stage of development at the high school level. You get to see them when they come to practice at 6 a.m. and how the day has affected them when they get to weights at 3:30, and then how the day has affected them when practice ends at 5:30. You get to play a big part in their growth and being a mentor for them. And it's something that I really, really take a lot of pride in because I did come from the trenches, and I was, working really hard to get to where I am now. And the work doesn't stop when you get here. It just amplifies, and you have to execute at an even higher level. But, high school basketball is a beautiful thing when done the right way, when the kids are the priority, and making sure they have a great experience is at the forefront of everything you do. You can really start to see them blossom in a multitude of different ways.
Yeah. Do you think there's any, major misconceptions out there about today's players? I feel like it's just so easy to talk down about teenagers and that sort of thing. But are there big misconceptions out there about what those high school kids are going through on the hardwood?
Yeah, for sure. I kind of think that's the easy way out, man. If you really are rooted in relationships and you get to know these kids and you meet them where they're at, you kind of see, a little bit of the struggle in the story. Like, these kids are trying to make their dreams come true. Their dream is to play Division I basketball or college basketball in any capacity. So when you're struggling and fighting for that dream every day and you can be a part of that process with them, you get to grow a different affinity for them. And I think, once you take some time to step back and really understand what they're doing every day, you really get a great appreciation for who they are as human beings. Like, these kids are the future of what we're trying to do in basketball, but not only that, they're the future of what we're trying to do in society. So we got to give them a little bit of a break. We got to be able to let them grow a little bit, but we got to understand who they are and what they're doing in their life and what's led them to the point that they're at right now.
Yeah. And I know for a coach, it's so important to build those relationships, not just when they're on your roster, but beyond that, the rest of their lives.
For sure.
How often are you on your phone just talking to former players, texting guys? I imagine for a coach, you're just on the phone all the time talking to your boys.
Yeah, it's interesting. I coached Lamont Butler at San Diego State, who was, lucky enough to make that shot in the national semifinal while we were in high school. I talked to him very often about, everything that has to do with nothing that has to do with basketball. How's your life going? How are classes going? How's your relationship going with your girlfriend? I talked to DJ Davis, who's playing at the University of Butler right now, and one of the leading scorers at Butler. Him and I talk very often. I talked to Chance Stevens, who's at Maryland. These guys that, had a small dream, and we amplified it with a lot of hard work and sacrifice. Now we're not talking about anything that has to do much with basketball. We're talking about how can they make an impact on society by doing the right things, making the right decisions, being great human beings. They're just really good people that happen to be good basketball players. So when you merge those two things, you got a special combination. But I talk to those guys often. I'm here for them. It's not just a temporary thing, 1 or 2 years, 3 or 4 years. It's a 10 to 20 to 30-year process. And as long as I'm coaching, I'm going to maintain those relationships because if I can be there for them in any capacity, then, my cup gets a little bit more full every day.
Yeah, that's cool. That's great insight, and really, I think that really illuminates kind of what we're seeing because it definitely goes beyond the box score for you guys.
I agree.
All right, final question for you. What's your when you start writing books? What kind of books are you going to be writing?
That's a great point. I do have a master's in English. I do like to read. I do have an adoration for the creative side of things. I think I would be a little bit more on the fantasy side in terms of like a journey that merged from a scientific journey to kind of a literary journey, and then everything in between. Okay. So a character's evolution in terms of what they're doing from point A to point B. I am fascinated with that side of things. I love basketball, but I love the creative side of things as well, and I think that kind of helps me balance everything out and stay neutral with my life. I'm always on 1,000, so anytime I can get down to 999, I feel a little bit better about my life. So, yeah, I think that's what I would be be writing about if I started writing books.
All right, nice fantasy beat character development kind of thing.
Absolutely, 1,000%.
All right, so then what's your favorite? Like, do you have a good fantasy series that you love?
Well, Octavia Butler wrote a lot of books, and she wrote one that I liked, especially that just kind of characterized a character's journey from living in outer space to now coming back down to earth, and then how you adjust from there. I thought it was great. I thought it was awesome. And then I like a lot of poetry. So, one of my favorite books is Shel Silverstein's books, where she wrote just a compilation of different poetry. I just feel like if you could be creative in your life, you can be creative with how you tell your players to attack ball screens, or how we're going to get to green and then hold and then split. If you can be creative in your life, you can be creative on the court. That's the easy part.
I like it. And, I'm sure you gotta say the same thing in different ways over and over again.
1,000%. Iteration is very important, Keaton. It's very important.
Awesome. All right, well, this has been great. We're going to talk with Sam Lecholat coming up next, but assistant coach Julius Smith, very illuminating. Appreciate the book recommendations, and get yourself something tasty to eat here at the Ribbon Chop House.
Thanks for having me, man. Always a pleasure.
All right, assistant coach Julius Smith. We're taking a break from Montana's Ribbon Chop House. You're listening to Cat Chat, presented by Learfield.
For every adventure and every mishap, Bozeman Health provides expert, personalized care to each person, going well beyond traditional health care. We're your partner in health and well-being, working together for your day-to-day and the decades to come. With care sites in Belgrade, Big Sky, and Bozeman, and with the only hospitals in the Gallatin Valley, Bozeman Health keeps your care close to home. Find a Bozeman Health provider today at bozemanhealth.org.
Hello, tomorrow. We may not know exactly what you've got in store for us, for our routines and our normals. But here's the thing. Turns out, we've got this. We haven't seen everything, but we have seen ourselves be more ready for whatever you bring than we thought we would be. So when it comes to tomorrow, bring on the day. First Interstate, built for you. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. Visit us at firstinterstate.com.
The Ribbon Chop House was founded in 2001. Our ability to grow has come through our commitment to Rocky Mountain hospitality, a concept which incorporates a casual attitude with our high-level commitment to loyalty, safety, service, and quality food. At the Ribbon Chop House, our staff is dedicated to creating extraordinary experiences that raise the bar in each of our communities. Enjoy premium steaks, fresh seafood, and award-winning baby back ribs. We look forward to sharing a little Rocky Mountain hospitality with you.
You are a Bobcat fan, and your seat matters. Section 108, right in the middle. And a perfect view of the fast break, alley-oop, and slam dunk. At Kendall Ford of Bozeman, we're a proud supporter of Montana State Athletics. We're big fans of teamwork, dedication, and helping customers find the best deal on the perfect vehicle to fit their needs. Where you sit matters, as in the driver's seat. Get started at KendallFordBozeman.com. Kendall, let's start something great.
At Montana State University, students shape signature experiences that take them across the state and into local communities. MSU is dedicated to its land-grant mission, integrating transformational learning, discovery, and service that improves lives. You'll find our students teaching across Montana, conducting research in the heart of Yellowstone National Park, or even creating small shelter prototypes to address homelessness. Montana State University. Think outside.
With friendly customer service and an outstanding location near Montana State University and the base of the Bridger Mountain Range, Country Inn & Suites by Radisson is the perfect place to begin your Bozeman adventure. Country Inn & Suites offers a hot and delicious Be Our Guest breakfast buffet each morning. Free Wi-Fi is available throughout the property, and we have a business center and meeting rooms. Our indoor pool and hot tub is a great way to relax after a day of fun, and the on-site fitness center will keep your workout goals on track. We have spacious king and double queen suites with a full-size sleeper sofa available, and every room in Country Inn & Suites is smoke-free. Reserve your room today.
No matter how far you may go, there's always one just down the road. Town Pump, who'll pump it up?
Join the Town Pump Fountain and Coffee Club with Pump It Up rewards. Buy 5 of any size fountain drink or coffee and get your 6th free. It pays to be a Pump It Up rewards member. Town Pump, convenient and right down the road.
Town Pump, right down the road. Pump it up, oh yeah.
We are back back at Montana's Ribbon Chop House for Cat Chat. We're talking some Bobcat basketball today, and we want to remind you that at Montana's Ribbon Chop House, our staff is dedicated to creating extraordinary experiences that raise the bar in each of our communities. Enjoy premium steaks, fresh seafood, and award-winning baby back ribs. We look forward to sharing a little Rocky Mountain hospitality with you. I'm Keaton Gillogly, joined now by Sam Lecholat. Sam, how we doing? How we feeling?
Pretty good. It's nice and cold out, so I'll take it.
Yeah, you're used to it. You're from Sheridan, so this is kind of par for the course for you, yeah?
Yeah, it's I actually enjoy the cold weather more than like the hot heat wave in the summer, so I'll take it.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. Are you into any like winter sports or just winter activities or anything?
I tried snowboarding a couple summers ago, and let's just say that didn't work out very well.
Okay. Yeah, well, good. We don't want you getting hurt on the slopes right now. That is not something we want from our basketball players.
Yeah, nope.
Are you outdoorsy in general, though? I mean, I don't know. I feel like that could be the kind of thing that people just assume since you're from Wyoming, but are you an outdoorsy guy?
I mean, I came here because it's the nickname Trout U, so I do go fishing every once in a while, but Coach Logie, I do shoot, trust me. But I do get my shots up, but yeah, I do like doing stuff outside, fishing, hiking, all that usual college guy stuff.
Yeah. Well, and fishing's an early morning activity, right? So you can pull some trout out and then go get your shots in?
Yep, definitely.
Yeah, perfect. And, hiking up mountains is a great leg workout, right? So
yeah, definitely. I'll take it.
Yeah, good conditioning for the hardwood?
Definitely.
All right. You got any good fishing spots or hiking trails that you really like out here? Any recommendations?
We won't be talking about the fishing spots.
Oh, you don't want to give them away?
But hiking, College M, if you ever just want to run that, that's a really good just lung exercise.
Yeah, if you go left, not right.
Yes. Well,
it's a good lung exercise if you go right when it goes straight up.
Yeah, I've tried right a couple times, and that'll kill you.
Yeah.
So maybe not try that.
I know. Well, you look at it, and it says it's only like a quarter mile, and you think this is so much easier than 2 miles, and I would rather do the 2 miles than the quarter mile.
Yeah, you get about halfway up with going right, and it's just call her a day there.
All right, well, that is our College M Trail recommendation as we look at that. Well, let's talk some basketball and get into some hoops right now. And, for you had a great high school career, 2-time Gatorade Player of the Year or in the state of Wyoming. What was it like when you were going through your recruiting process, and how did Montana State jump out for you?
Well, personally, playing basketball in high school, I just wanted to play basketball. I never thought of playing college basketball at all. And at AU, I just played for fun. It was just something fun to do. And that day that I got that text message from a coach, I was just like, oh gosh. It was kind of a reality check. And so, coaches called and everything, and in the time, I just, it's okay.
Yeah.
But as time went on, I was like, okay, maybe this is something that I could pursue. And here I am. Turned out great, and it's still going great.
Yeah. What was it about Montana State that made you want to choose here versus some of the other places?
Well, I got family close by here, and so, when I was a little kid, I kind of always wanted to go here.
Okay.
I was born in Nebraska, so I thought going to Nebraska would be awesome, but, yeah, I knew that was just a dream.
Yeah.
But I wanted to go here when I was little, and I got family close by. I can just day drive to their house or whatever, and it's just close enough where I can go home for a weekend.
If the roads are good enough.
Yeah, that. So it's perfect. It's perfect.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And so what are you studying right now?
My major is exercise science, kinesiology. So then after that, I need to actually start soon applying for PT schools or OT schools.
Okay. How long does that PT school stuff take?
Right now my brother actually is in PT school in Arizona, and it's a 3-year doctorate degree.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's for real.
We'll see if I want to do that.
Yeah. So you'll be Dr. Lecholat here sooner rather than later?
We'll see.
Yeah. What do you want to do with that, though? You want to just stay working in athletics or help people recover? I don't know. Do you have any idea on that?
Yeah, in high school, I did a course with special ed kids, and I thought that was really cool. And so that's why I pursue the OT part, is because I can still stay in that kind of region and help those kids out. And because I just made me really happy to work with those kids. And so I might pursue something around that, or go the PT route and stay in athletics. Because I'm in athletics, and so I can relate to people with that. So I'll really have to make a decision within the next couple months.
Okay, so kind of by the end of this school year, by the spring semester.
Yeah.
All right, well, it's coming up, but there's a lot of decisions to be made on the court and hardwood, I'm sure, as we get going. Tell me a little bit about how this season's been from your perspective. Obviously, some ups and some downs, but just trying to get it all together with a lot of new faces and getting everybody together. So just generally, how's the season been going from your perspective?
I think it's a journey. I mean, you can't just take huge mounds and leaps. It's all about the little steps, and I think for us, we've gone up, down, but it's just like a short, just slope going up, and so game by game, we find something about us that we can learn from and we get better from, and so by the end of the season, I think we'll surprise ourselves.
Yeah. What was it like going through the coaching change and all the transfer process stuff? Sprinkle goes to Utah State. A lot of the great players decide to transfer. Osabor, Darius Brown, they're doing good things at Utah State. They had the big win against Colorado State this week, and, kudos to them. But that's a lot of change, and that's a big shakeup. So, as they were going through the coaching search and guys were moving along, what was just all that shakeup like from your perspective?
That very first day was crazy. Just nobody knew what to do or anything. And so, I knew I was going to stay no matter what. I was going to stay.
Yeah.
And so, me as stubborn as I am, I hate change, but in reality, for the best people, you have to change. And so, I think for me, so far, it's turned out very well. And, I'm still changing. I still have my old things that I used to do that probably pisses people off, but though change it's always for the better.
Yeah. What was it like just trying to get the new players acquainted, kind of build that chemistry? Because, like you said, you got to change here with all those guys coming in. But, how did you guys try to blend the new guys with what was already here?
Yeah, we all play the same sport, basketball, and so there's always some sort of same thing that we all have something in common, and we can always, talk about like NBA stuff or how these players play, and then that's how we can relate to each other. And so, like this summer when we played open gym together, that's how we really learned what each other is all about. And I know when I'm facing Chica, he's like a Draymond Green, and so it's just kind of cool that that's how at the very beginning we could all relate to each other, and that's how we play now.
Yeah. So the entrant points is just beating each other up on the hardwood yourselves, and now you get to go to battle against everybody else.
Yeah.
And for your game, you're into your third year now, and what are some of the key things you've been working on that you want to continue to strive for on the floor?
Yeah, the beginning, me personally, my mind is always my biggest defender, and so throughout the beginning of the season, that's what I kind of had to face, and I think these last two games that I've really just absorbed all of it, and I'm good now. And so I think in this moment in time, in my career, I just take it game by game, and because I know 4 years is not that long a time in your whole life, and so you just gotta cherish every moment, cherish it with everybody on the team.
Yeah. How did you get to that point? Was there somebody who was giving you some advice, or did you just have to work through it on your own mentally?
Kind of just had to work through it mentally. Look up stuff online, just use your resources. That's what smartphones are for. So
make you smarter.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Yeah. So, but really just mentally asking other people. It's just using your resources, really.
Yeah. Well, now here we go. We're diving into Big Sky play and getting ready to rock. And we're through 2 games of the Big Sky, but is there anything that you tell some of the guys who are new here? What the Big Sky takes. I feel like this conference is particularly challenging. Just the styles of play, it's blue collar, the travel you go through. What are some of the things you've imparted on some of your teammates on how to get ready for the Big Sky season?
The main thing that sticks with me every single day is I remember last year, I think we were 3-1, and we went to Idaho.
Yep, on that Monday.
We lost that game, and if we would have won that game, we would have won the regular season.
Yep.
And so that right there is for my mentality is every single game counts, no matter what it is. And so I think that you can't take anything for granted because everyone's out to get you. And so just really even all these teams are different. You could say Weber is a traditional team, but then here you have Portland State who are just running gun guys, just shoot the ball. And so, how adverse this whole league is. It's just you can't take anything for granted. Just keep going, keep going.
And especially with the target on the back of the Bobcats after some success the last couple of years. You got some jewelry out of that. Where do you put your championship rings? Where do you have those?
Yeah, they're all at home. I got this little award closet thing that I liked it, and then my mom likes it, and so I was like, all right, this is pretty cool. So they're all just hanging out there, so they're probably dusty right now.
No, she's going in there every day taking a look at it and thinking about it.
Who knows? I miss her. I miss you, Mom. But she probably misses me too.
No doubt. All right, well, this has been great. We got Northern Arizona coming up on Thursday. Can't take anything for granted as we get into Big Sky play. Sam Lecholat, man, it's been fun chatting.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, Sam Lecholat, everybody. We're taking a break from Montana's Ribbon Chop House. You're listening to Cat Chat, presented by Learfield.
Town & Country Foods is a proud supporter of Bobcat Athletics. As a locally owned company, we believe the benefit of buying local helps support the local economies in southwest Montana. Our stores offer great selections of items you need every day, including organics, specialty foods, fresh meats and produce, along with incredible selections from our bakery and deli departments. Town & Country Foods is 100% employee-owned and serves southwest Montana with 8 locations. Visit your local Town & Country Foods today. Go Cats!
At Montana State University, students shape signature experiences that take them across the state and into local communities. MSU is dedicated to its land grant mission, integrating transformational learning, discovery, and service that improves lives. You'll find our students teaching across Montana, conducting research in the heart of Yellowstone National Park, or even creating small shelter prototypes to address homelessness. Montana State University. Think outside.
At Jersey Mike's, watching them freshly slice the meat and cheese for my sub is a sight to behold. The layers of ham, salami, and pepperoni are even more glorious than the pink and orange layers of a sunrise. Yeah, the sun's pretty and all that, but in about 7 billion years it's going to explode, obliterating the earth and every living thing on it. And if there's no sun, there's no subs. Meanwhile, the only thing a sub ever obliterated was my hunger. Freshly sliced right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing, a sub above.
Working from home has definitely put home projects into overdrive. New landscaping, gardens, patios, and fences. But if you're digging, you're contacting 811. Utility lines, including Northwestern Energy's, can be buried even just a few inches underground, and hitting one can be dangerous. The best way to keep you, the community, and your contractor crew safe is by having lines properly marked. Make your request online at least 2 full business days before you want to dig at call811.com.
Ready to build your brand? Think Inc. outside the box for your complete branding solutions. Located in Bozeman, Montana, we offer a full print shop for banners, signs, wraps, trade show booths and graphics, promotional products, and much more. If you can think it, we can ink it. We are a proud supporter and corporate sponsor of the MSU Bobcats. Like us on Facebook to see some of our cat wraps. Ready to build your brand? Think Inc. and call us at 406-922-6462 or visit us on the web at inkoutside.com.
The Gallatin Valley is thriving, and Bozeman is not only a destination for families to live, work, and play, it's also a destination for businesses. The Bozeman Area Chamber of Commerce is a great way to get involved in Bozeman's thriving business community. The Bozeman Chamber Economic Partnership assists existing businesses through expansion, grows new companies in our community, and attracts fresh opportunities for Gallatin County. Bozeman, our community, a jewel among the Northern Rockies. For more information, go to bozemanchamber.com.
Before we get to our conversation with Carter Ash at Montana's Ribbon Chop House for Cat Chat, we're going to pause 10 seconds for our network station identification. This is Cat Chat.
AM 1450 KMMS, Bozeman, 1340 KPRK Livingston, where Montana talks.
We are back live at Montana's Ribbon Chop House for Cat Chat. Want to remind you that Universal Athletic has been a proud supporter of Bobcat Athletics for over 45 years. Shop their great selection of Bobcat apparel and accessories for all your game day needs. Shop in-store at their North 7th Avenue location or online at shop.msubobcats.com. Go Cats. We're talking with head coach Matt Logie in the next segment, but now we have Mr. Bozeman himself, Carter Ash. Carter, how we doing?
Doing pretty well. No complaints. Been a good day so far. So.
All right. How was practice today?
It was good. Yeah, we got a lot done today, and our focus has been good all week after the road trip. So yeah, we're definitely ready to go for Thursday.
Yeah, no doubt. We're gonna get into the meat of the Big Sky season now. You ready for this thing?
Oh yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough. Northern Arizona is that first team up. What kind of team is Northern Arizona? Are they much different than the team you beat in the championship game last year?
Yeah, they're kind of a mix. They have returners and some new guys that are playing for them. But the biggest thing about them is, in my career here, every single game with them has just been a nail biter and a really close game that seems to go down to the last place. So maybe we got to be ready for that. They're just a team that always seems to hang around in all their games, and they play really hard, so definitely got to be prepared for that.
Right. Osabor had the game winner last year, although Jalen Cohn was pretty darn close to getting that little finger roll in here at the break last year at the end of that. And how about this? Northern Arizona already this year, 4 times this season they've won on their final shot of a game. So they had a stretch of 3 straight games where they had 3 straight buzzer beaters. That's unique for sure, so definitely got to be ready for them to be close. All right, well, Carter, let's get into some stuff. And, I asked Sam this about his championship rings. You've got a bunch of jewelry, not only from here, but from Bozeman High as well, a couple of state championships on the gridiron and the hardwood. Where do you keep your jewelry?
They're in my desk right next to my bed, so all of them, yeah.
All right, so what, do you have 4 rings?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, because even if you win the regular season and the tournament championship, you get the 1 ring with both stuff on it, right?
Yeah, it's just a little bigger.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, because it's got more font. You got to put more words on there. Okay, so how often do you take a look at those rings? When was the last time you pull them out ever? Show them off, brag to people?
Yeah, they probably have a lot of dust on them right now. They just kind of sit there, but there's definitely some times where I like to bring back some memories. So
yeah, that's good. What did the high school ones look like?
The football one's a lot bigger. The basketball one's pretty small, which is kind of disappointing. I thought that one was a little cooler, but
Yeah. All right. Cool. Well, you got some jewelry, and your brother Quade's got some jewelry this year as well. Member of the state championship high school football team at Bozeman High. Did you get a chance to see him play a lot over at Van Winkle this year?
Oh yeah, I was at every game that I could, and I was there for the championship game, and he was probably the MVP of the game. He was the hero of the game, so it was a special moment. I'm definitely a proud brother for that.
Yeah, he had that touchdown catch at the end of the game and then the pick that sealed it, which was pretty cool. Football team, we were over in Missoula getting ready for the Brawl of the Wild that day. But, yeah, that's pretty sweet to be able to have that front row seat. When you had the opportunity to go to college and to try to decide, how much was that a factor, making sure that you were here around family?
Yeah, that played a big part of my decision. Being at home and staying a part of this community has been huge, and the support has just continued, and I'm definitely lucky to be a part of it always.
Yeah, well, and you grew up a Bobcat fan, is that right?
Of course, yes.
Yeah. So what's it like being a part of the team and the program and the roster that has brought them up to back-to-back NCAA tournaments?
It's crazy, honestly, just thinking back when I was a little kid and going to the games and always wanting to be a part of the team, and now it's just a reality. I'm not sure when I was a little kid if I would have ever believed it was possible, but here I am. So
yeah, you got the little NCAA tournament patch, and you got all that, and I'm sure plenty of swag from that. But that is in the past now, and we're getting into a new era, and we're seeing the way this is taking flight. So similar to what we talked about with Sam, but what was it like as you once the dust settled and the transfers are in and the roster is set finally, what was it like just getting those guys acquainted and adjusted to the way that we do things here in Montana?
Yeah, I would say that it was actually easier than I thought it would be. I think that one of the good things that Coach Logie did in his recruiting is he brought kids that were not only great basketball players, but really easy to relate with and just really fun, cool guys. Yeah, I almost actually ruined the whole thing because, one of the first days everyone was in town, I took them all floating down the river, and it was the one day it hailed over the summer, and I was a little nervous that the guys weren't going to like it here, but it was a fun experience, and yeah, it was a crazy day. But
yeah, so they survived the hail.
Yeah.
How long did the hail last? Did you have to pull off the river and get underneath a tree? Were you popping inner tubes?
Yeah, we were 10 minutes away from finishing before the hail came down, and we didn't even finish. We had to get off the river and try to take cover. It was crazy. But,
oh, man, that's wild. So they're all having a great day, and then all of a sudden they're like, yeah, nice steak, Carter.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, they're all settled in now, and they're getting into things as we get into the season and get into Big Sky play. But I do also, I want to ask you about your other brother, your older brother, too, because he's getting into some broadcasting now on the ESPN Plus side. How's he liking getting behind the mic?
Yeah, he loves it. For one thing, he gets to come to all the home games that he can, and he's just having a blast with it. So, yeah, just being a part of that and having that opportunity has been special, and seeing him up there with the mic on is pretty cool.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet. So you got your brother winning state championships, you're a part of this winning Big Sky championships, and your older brother is on the call. That's pretty Bozeman of you guys.
Yeah.
When people do ask you about Montana State, or just when you are trying to explain what it's like here, especially with all the newcomers, how do you describe what it means to be a Bobcat and what it means to be true blue and gold?
Yeah, just being a part of this community and understanding how much Bobcat basketball and Bobcat athletics in general means to them, and just kind of like in this isolated little area, how many people actually care and want the best for all of us. And I think that they have quickly learned about that and just the culture that we have here and how special that is.
Yeah. What were some of the things about the culture that stood out to you during the two championship years? What made those two teams championship teams?
Yeah, just unselfishness is the first word that comes to mind, and willing to do whatever role or whatever part you can do to help the team, and if that means taking a step back from roles you had previously, people were always willing to do that. So, yeah.
Yeah, so the unselfishness and just doing whatever it takes. And that's kind of what you're doing here too, right? Is in your role with this team. I mean, what motivates you every day? Like, why are you so motivated? We don't see you knocking down the game-winning three yet. We never know. But, what motivates you when you show up to practice and get through the grind of the season, those early morning lifts and whatnot?
Yeah, I just know that I can always push my teammates to be better, and I know I can be a great leader and that people follow in me, and I have a great influence on the team. So I just always know that, and that people look up to me, and I have to be consistent and bring it every day. Can't have any negative energy because that can be toxic for a team. So, yeah, just keep that same attitude every day.
Yeah, and I know the student section of the fans certainly know the hard work you put in, because you get some of the biggest rounds of applause. And what's that like for you when you know you're about to get a chance to go into that game, and you can kind of feel it with the crowd trying to pull you into the game?
Yeah, I love it. It's super fun. I try to not be distracted by any of that, but sometimes it can be a little overwhelming. Once I get in the game, it kind of goes away. But
yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah. Well, that's sweet, man. Well, we appreciate it. I'm glad we had a chance to highlight you and everything you're doing for the program, and really your whole family is around. So, Carter Ash, appreciate the time and the insights today, man.
Yes, thank you. Had fun. So.
All right, Carter Ash, everybody. We'll take a break. When we come back, we've got head coach Matt Logie at Montana's Ribbon Chop House. You're listening to Cat Chat, presented by Learfield.
For every peak, valley, and plateau, for every mishap and every adventure, for every Montanan in every season of life, Bozeman Health is here to deliver care with quality, compassion, and respect. Because we see you as more than the patient you are today. We look to what's on the horizon for you and our community over the decades to come. That's care beyond care. Well beyond. Bozeman Health.
With friendly customer service and an outstanding location near Montana State University in the base of the Bridger Mountain Range, Country Inn & Suites by Radisson is the perfect place to begin your Bozeman adventure. Country Inn & Suites offers a hot and delicious Be Our Guest breakfast buffet each morning. Free Wi-Fi is available throughout the property, and we have a business center and meeting rooms. Our indoor pool and hot tub is a great way to relax after a day of fun, and the on-site fitness center will keep your workout goals on track. We have spacious king and double queen suites with a full-size sleeper sofa available, and every room in Country Inn & Suites is smoke-free. Reserve your room today.
Join Town Pump's Pump It Up Rewards Plus program and never pay full price for fuel again.
Save 5 cents on every gallon every day at any Town Pump across Montana.
Plus, earn and redeem points on your favorite in-store items to get free stuff with our clubs.
Stop in and pick up a rewards card. Download the Pump It Up Rewards Plus app today.
Or visit townpump.com/rewards to register and start saving.
Right down the road, pump it up, yeah.
What is
does it mean to be locally owned and operated? For Cenex, it means everything. It means that we know if you take your coffee to go or if you like to stay a while. It means we've helped Little Leagues get jerseys and local festivals get funding. It means we know what our communities need. So you'll always leave Cenex with a full tank, full of snacks, or full of smiles. Or all of the above. And that means the world to us. Cenex, powered locally.
Rocky Mountain Credit Union has supported Montana State athletics for over 40 years and provides a local credit union for past, present, and future Bobcats. You can have it all with RMCU. Low rates, local banking, a place to start saving, or work on building your credit. Visit your local branch or online at rmcu.net to become a member today. That's rmcu.net. Go Bobcats!
I love waiting in line at McDonald's, said no one, ever. With the McDonald's app, you don't have to. Order ahead in the McDonald's app to save time. At participating McDonald's. When the weather app says rain, the McDonald's app says McDelivery. Order McDelivery in the McDonald's app. At participating McDonald's, delivery prices may be higher than at restaurants. Delivery and other fees may apply.
We are back at Montana's Ribbon Chop House for Cat Chat. I want to remind you that Montana's Ribbon Chop House has been serving Rocky Mountain communities for over 20 years. Our ability to grow has come through our commitment to Rocky Mountain hospitality, a concept which incorporates a casual attitude with our commitment to loyalty, safety, service, and quality food. We hope you'll be our guest at one of our Montana locations soon. I'm Keaton Gillogly, joined now by head coach Matt Logie. Coach, sorry about that. Apologies. There we go. Now we're clean. I'm Keaton Gillogly, joined by head coach Matt Logie. Coach, how we doing? How we feeling?
Doing well. Doing well.
All right, getting into Big Sky play and coming out of the Summit League Challenge. And no Tricia Binford today. The women's program is already on the road for their trip to northern Arizona, so they should be landing in Vegas at any moment. Not for the Vegas nightlife, just because it's easier to do a direct flight to Vegas and then bust the 4 hours rather than try to take a connection down to Phoenix and then you bust the hour and a half or 2 hours up to Flagstaff. Flagstaff's a fun place to try to get to. So that's where they are today, and we are now joined again by head coach Matt Logie. And Coach, it's been a great show today just to talk to a lot of people with the program, Carter Ash, Sam Lecholat, assistant coach Julius Smith. But how did you come about Julius Smith? He seems like he's a guy with so much energy and a lot to give. And, you know, he was coming out of the high school ranks when you found him. But how did you come about Julius Smith, and how did you bring him into the Point Loma community when you were there?
Yeah, so Coach Smith and I worked a Christian basketball camp at Whitworth University, where I was working at the time over the summer. About 6 years ago, and you know, I just was really drawn to his energy. I had a chance to, you know, walk into my office at 6:15 in the morning, 5 days in a row, and see him taking young kids through ball handling drills with high energy and enthusiasm, and really pouring into them as people and kids. And some of those kids were coming from some tough backgrounds and really needed that in their life, and it just made an impact on me that he could, you know, be a really positive mentor for young people. And it just so happened that I had the opportunity to go down to Point Loma the following year, and I was looking for somebody that, you know, knew the local basketball scene in the Southern California area, that could relate to people and could fit into the type of family environment that we strive to build. And it was kind of a no-brainer. He came in, and I had to introduce him to my other assistant and get them acquainted, and he was there for work the next day. So we've been together ever since, and you know, he's been an integral part of just the relationship building and the culture that we want our basketball family to be about.
Yeah, well, and the relationship building is such a big piece of what we're witnessing right now, and we did talk about that with Sam and Carter a little bit. But you know, how did you rely on some of the guys? On some of the guys who were still here? You know, how important is a Carter and a Sam and the other guys that are already here when you were trying to get everybody meshed together in those first couple of months?
Yeah, they're huge. They were huge in this transition for a couple different reasons. Number one, They were all in from day one, wanted to be here, wanted to be Bobcats, wanted to continue to build off of the previous success, and certainly that's what you want. But then furthermore, they're guys that really bleed the blue and gold, and they understand what it takes to be successful. They have passion for our program, and they were open to new ideas, new opportunities. I thought all those guys had their best basketball in front of them, and so I was very excited to be able to hopefully provide a new chapter for them that will hopefully be their best chapter. And I went through a coaching change as a player. I know what that challenge looks like, and they were terrific and just welcoming us in as a staff and buying in from day one.
What was that like for you as a player when you went through it? I mean, is it one of those things where you're like, oh, does this guy even really know his stuff? Like what's the perspective from a player?
Well, I think there's some different ways that coaching transitions happen. The one that I went through was due to a whole lot of failure in the program and a pretty toxic environment. And so we were very open to change, and we were very open to new relationships and healthy, positive mentorship. And we were able to get that in my final year, and I built a great relationship with the new head coach, and he's the person that gave me my break in coaching, and we got a chance to coach at my alma mater my first 3 years in the business.
Yeah. So, I wonder, too, if you were in a bit of a toxic environment as a player early, is that as instructive as anything else, kind of knowing what not to do when you look at an environment like that?
Absolutely. I think that's been foundational for me in keeping a pulse on the culture of our program, how to handle both success, but specifically failure and adversity, and making sure that we do those together, and we grow from those together. And when you do that together and committed to one another, there's a tremendous light on the other side of that darkness. And so I've been able to see that come to fruition through those experiences as a student athlete, and it's been something that's driven me every day as a head coach to provide in an atmosphere and an environment where young people can strive to be the best versions of themselves, but build great relationships and have a great experience while they're doing it.
Yeah. As you bring a lot of these people in, and we're going through the roller coaster of the season as we get into what's going to be a grueling Big Sky season, where is the chemistry of this team now, bringing all these new pieces together?
Yeah, I think to our players' credit, they have been together in this journey from day one, and we knew it was going to be an imperfect process, and you're not always sure where those pitfalls and speed bumps are going to pop up. But they've met each and every one of those adversities with their eyes wide open and willingness to grow and learn, and that's what that's all we can ask for. And so we've seen growth even when the results haven't been attached to that growth, and hopefully as we continue to navigate through this season, we'll be able to push that over the hump, and they can see kind of the fruits of that labor and that trust.
Well, the next thing to navigate is Northern Arizona, which is coming up on Thursday, and we're going to talk about that and a little bit more in just a bit. But first, we're going to take a break from Montana's Rib and Chop House. You're listening to Cat Chat, presented by Learfield.
Ready to build your brand? Think Inc. outside the box for your complete branding solutions. Located in Bozeman, Montana, we offer a full print shop for banners, signs, wraps, trade show booths and graphics, promotional products, and much more. If you can think it, we can ink it. We are a proud supporter and corporate sponsor of the MSU Bobcats. Like us on Facebook to see some of our cat wraps. Ready to build your brand? Think Inc. and call us at 406-922-6462 or visit us on the web at inkoutside.com.
The Gallatin Valley is thriving, and Bozeman is not only a destination for families to live, work, and play, it's also a destination for businesses. The Bozeman Area Chamber of Commerce is a great way to get involved in Bozeman's thriving business community. The Bozeman Chamber Economic Partnership assists existing businesses through expansion, grows new companies in our community, and attracts fresh opportunities for Gallatin County. Bozeman, our community, a jewel among the Northern Rockies. For more information, go to bozemanchamber.com.
Town & Country Foods is a proud supporter of Bobcat Athletics. As a locally owned company, we believe the benefit of buying local helps support the local economies in southwest Montana. Our stores offer great selections of items you need every day, including organics, specialty foods, fresh meats and produce, along with incredible selections from our bakery and deli departments. Town & Country Foods is 100% employee-owned and serves southwest Montana with 8 locations. Visit your local Town & Country Foods today. Go Cats!
When a power line has fallen down, it can be downright dangerous and even deadly. That's because downed lines can still energize the ground and objects around them. To help keep you and others safe, Northwestern Energy says stay at least 35 feet or the length of a semi-truck away from a downed power line and anything the line is touching. You should always assume the line is live, and if you see a downed line, immediately call 911 and warn others. Northwestern Energy, delivering a bright future.
If you're in need of structural engineering for your residential, commercial, or wireless telecommunications project, Ascent Engineering provides comprehensive solutions for your project's success. Ascent Engineering is now serving the Big Sky country in southwestern Montana. Whether it's a new residential home, new commercial building, long-awaited remodel, covered outdoor living space, retaining wall, or telecommunications tower, Ascent Engineering is your expert at providing forensics, assessments, or designs. Ascent Engineering is a proud supporter of your Montana State Bobcats.
Bridger Brewing is home to award-winning locally crafted beer and pizza and is proud to support all things Bobcat sports. Open 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. daily, last beer served at 8 p.m., and located right across from the Brick Breeden Fieldhouse. Stop by after the game today to enjoy a cold pint of beer and a slice of made-from-scratch delicious pizza. Dine-in service and online ordering for takeout are both available. Check out BridgerBrewing.com and at Bridger Brewing on Instagram and Facebook, and stay tuned for updates on our newest adventure in Three Forks, Montana.
Are back one final time at Montana's Ribbon Chop House for Cat Chat. I'm Keaton Gillogly along with head coach Matt Logie. So here's the schedule coming up for the women. They're on the road. They've got Northern Arizona, who they split the Big Sky Championship with last year. That's at 6 o'clock on Thursday. And then they're at Northern Colorado for a 2 p.m. tip-off on Saturday. Daniel Sally will have the call starting 15 minutes before the tip-off there. They're 2-0 in Big Sky play and trying to get things going on the road. So big weekend for them. For the men, 7 o'clock on Thursday, 6 o'clock on Saturday. And Saturday is Pack the Place in Peak promotion. If you wear pink, you get in for $5. They'll have some specialty jerseys, which will get auctioned off after the game as well. So that's what's coming up on Saturday. But, Coach, don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves. Let's get into this Northern Arizona team. Bobcats faced them in the Big Sky Tournament Championship last year. A lot of close games with them. Tell us some of the top-line things to be looking out for with this Northern Arizona team on Thursday.
Yeah, you know, they're a team that has a few guys from that rotation and group that made the run late in postseason play. And bring that experience back with them. Their leading scorer right now is a young man named Trent McLaughlin, who's about a 6'5" scorer, very good three-point shooter, can get to his mid-range game. And then they have the son of Tommy Lloyd, the head coach of the University of Arizona, Liam Lloyd, someone I had kind of watched grow up in Spokane back in the day. He's kind of been a staple of their program, plays a lot of minutes, understands the game at a high level, and a transfer from Pepperdine named Carson Bastrom, who gives them good size and length around the rim. So, similar to us, they are a newer whole, as a group, and so trying to find that consistency. But like you said, they've won a number of close games this year, and so they're playing good basketball. Yeah, so a lot of close games for them and a lot of close games for you guys. Quickly, before we got to get out of here, anything in particular when you look at these close games that you guys can draw on and bring into this weekend? Yeah, I mean, you think you learn from all those experiences. Our guys have continued to learn how to execute better on both sides of the ball. I've learned not to draw up plays for layups at the end of games. Just go for three-point shots. Those have been more effective at the buzzer. But we're getting better with every time we step on the court, and looking forward to being here at home for a while and getting these Cats fans behind us. No doubt. All right, men are taking on Northern Arizona at 7 o'clock. Thank you, Carter Ash, Sam Lecholat, Julius Smith, and head coach Matt Logie. This is Keaton Gillogly saying so long from Montana's Ribbon Chop House. This has been Cat Chat presented by Learfield.
You've been listening to Cat Chat with Matt Logie and Tricia Binford, presented by Montana's Rib and Chop House. The preceding has been a Learfield presentation of the Bobcat.